Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fakhri Ahmad. My student identification number is 21107322023. This video is a reading report of the second topic of second language acquisition class. The thing that I would like to talk about in this occasion is the first one is about error and error analysis. The second one is interlanguage. Firstly, I take a note here as my note, so if I forget thing I can just read this. The first one is error. Error, as you can see, errors is, as you know, errors and is when you do something incorrectly or something that unnormal maybe. It is also happen in sentence too, but it is a common thing that happen to the learners, and it is good to making errors. Then we can self correct it, then we know something wrong, and then we know the correct way of it. There is two type there is actually there is error and mistake. Error is when you do something incorrectly but you don't know what is the correct way of it. But the mistake is when you do something incorrectly but you know what is the correct way of it, but at the time you're just not capable to do and to avoid the correct way of that. Then I would like to talk then is about identifying errors. To identifying errors, there are we can compare the error version of the sentence with the thing that's supposed to be normal or correct. For example, like um, a man and a little boy was watching him. A man and a little boy was watching him. The next sentence is a man and a little boy were watching him. A man and a little boy were watching him. So as you can hear from for these two example, the choice of subject verb agreement there was different. The first one using was, the second one using where. Well, what is the correct one? The correct one is the one that using where, because the subject of the sentence is the man and the little boy. There are two people there, so it's supposed to be where, because was is for the subject she, he, and it. Then is the example of mistakes. It is taken from the Jin's speech at the first at the beginning of her speech. He say that he say the big one of them contain a snack. The big one of them contained a snack. The big one of them contained a snack. But at the end of his speech, she said, the big one of them contain a snake. So there is a differences between the verb there. The first one is using past tense verb, but at the beginning of her speech, he forgot to use it. But it is a mistake because he know what is the correct way of it. So he just forget, or maybe something just happened, but then she forget to use it. The next one is about describing error. After identifying errors, they can be classified into types. There are several types to classify errors. Um, uh, and one of them is classify errors into grammatical categories. It is talk about the verbs errors of some sentences, or yeah, the error of the grammatical of the sentences. Mm, it also helps learners to learning problems of any one stage of their development. The next one is explaining errors. Errors are not only systematic, it can be universal too. For example, like the Jin's speech before. Jin said that it are the Jin's speech already assisted. The people know that it already assessed, but it is not only universal too. It can, because when we say something errors with the one that share the same mother tongue with us, it can be it is common, it is common. For example, like um uh in Bukit Tinggi, lita means we hungry. In Padang, lita mean we tired. So if I say I'm if I talk with my friend from Bukit Tinggi, it is there is no miscommunication there because we share the same mother tongue with them. Yeah, something like that. Next one is about error evaluation. We need to evaluate this error to involve to increase our skills to learning and increase our skill of learning the second language. And the last terms is about interlanguage. Interlanguage is a system development of learners reflect a mental system of second language knowledge. Uh, sorry. It is considered about two things. The first one is behaviorist learning theory. It is actually it is the same with it is the same with learning in other thing, but it is considered about habit formation. Habit form when the student respond to the stimuli in that environment. The next one is about a mentalist theory of language learning. We can we know that it is only human that can be learned that it is only human it is only human that can avoid learning about the second language. Yeah, about the second language because human mind can avoid this type of learning. So it is. That's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.